Right now on Good Morning America, first look, President Trump now signing a bill ordering the Jeffrey Epstein files to be released. A closer look at what comes next and what files could be withheld.
Also developing, a congresswoman now accused of stealing millions of dollars in FEMA disaster money, allegedly using some of the money to fund her campaign. What we're learning.
The manhunt intensifying for a former Olympic star, now on the FBI's most wanted list. The murder and drug charges that have the FBI director comparing him to Pablo Escobar.
The warning about artificial intelligence and toys this holiday season. What this teddy bear was saying that prompted sales to be suspended. Plus, the new debate over regulating AI, a new move in Washington.
An update this morning on the Miss Universe contestant seen here falling off stage.
Caught on camera, the high-tech way criminals are stealing cars using old-fashioned antennas.
Plus, the big winners on country music's biggest night. Highlights from the CMA Awards.
And how cuddling with cows could help save farmers who've fallen on tough financial times.
From ABC News, this is Good Morning America, First Look.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. I'm Sophie Flay.
I'm Maggie Rulli, and we begin with questions about what's next in the Jeffrey Epstein scandal.
President Trump now signing a bill ordering the Justice Department to release the Epstein files, and his Attorney General Pam Bondi now revealing that new information prompted her to launch a new investigation into high-profile Democrats and their ties to Epstein. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the latest. Nicole, good morning.
Sophie, good morning. The big question now is what comes next. It's up to the Justice Department to release the files, and many skeptics doubt we'll see any bombshell new information released. Overnight, President Trump saying he's now signed the bill to release the Justice Department files on sex offender Jeffrey Epstein after near unanimous pressure from Capitol Hill. In a post last night, Trump claimed to be the driving force behind the bill's passage after his about-face last weekend when he urged Republicans to pass it. But at the same time, the president is still referring to the scandal as a hoax, trying to shift the focus to Democrats, saying, quote, perhaps the truth about these Democrats and their associations with Jeffrey Epstein will soon be revealed.
This shouldn't be a new issue, so they should be ready to go. I hope they release them immediately.
The Justice Department now has 30 days to release the files, but there's still no guarantee every document will be made public. The bill includes exceptions, including a provision to withhold files that would jeopardize an active federal investigation or prosecution. A notable caveat given Trump just last week called for an investigation into Epstein's relationship with prominent Democrats, including Bill Clinton. Attorney General Pam Bondi yesterday said she ordered that new investigation in response to new information, but she would not provide specifics.
Information that has come for there's information new information, additional information.
Now, critics worry the new investigation into Democrats could be used to keep certain files hidden.
This is not an invitation for Donald Trump to pick and choose his version of the truth.
She doesn't have carte blanche to withhold a whole tranche of files.
Bondi refusing to say what, if anything, will be released.
We will continue to follow the law, again, while protecting victims, but also providing maximum transparency.
Meanwhile, new fallout from the Epstein scandal. Former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers announcing he will now step back from his teaching role at Harvard while the university investigates his ties to Epstein. Maggie.
Nicole, thank you. A Florida congresswoman has been indicted on charges of stealing $5 million in FEMA disaster funds. Prosecutors say Democrat Sheila Sherphillis McCormick and her brother received a massive overpayment of COVID relief money for their healthcare company. She's accused of illegally funneling some of the money to support her campaign. Republicans plan to file a resolution to censure her.
I'm sure someone will be bringing a censure motion. That seems to be the thing to do now. So we'll see. I'm not going to prejudge it. I just read that. It was just a surprise to me. But who knows? We need ethical people to serve in Congress, and we'll see what happens.
So far, no comment from the Congresswoman.
The search is intensifying for a former Olympic athlete now on the FBI's most wanted list. Authorities unsealing a new murder charge and increasing the reward for his capture by millions of dollars.
This morning, the FBI is raising the stakes in the manhunt for a former Olympic athlete now accused of being an international drug kingpin.
Ryan Wedding is a modern-day iteration of Pablo Escobar,
Authorities announcing new murder charges against 44-year-old Ryan Wedding, a Canadian snowboarder who competed in the 2002 Olympics. Wedding, thought to be hiding in Mexico under the protection of the Sinaloa cartel, is allegedly one of the largest distributors of cocaine in the world.
His organization is responsible for importing approximately 60 metric tons of cocaine a year into Los Angeles via semi-trucks from Mexico. To put that in perspective, 60 metric tons is approximately the weight of 40 standard cars.
Authorities say he used the internet to crowdsource information about a man who was set to testify against him, then hired gunmen to hunt him down at a restaurant.
The witness was gunned down in a restaurant in Medellin before he could testify against Wedding.
18 others are also being charged in the new indictment, including Wedding's lawyer.
His lawyer told him if you kill this witness, the case would be dismissed. That lawyer is now in custody.
Officials now offering a $15 million reward for information leading to Wedding's arrest.
Wedding was charged last year with killing a couple he believed were responsible for a lost cocaine shipment. Authorities say it was a case of mistaken identity.
The case against former FBI Director James Comey appears to be in jeopardy. The prosecutor, handpicked by President Trump, who's never tried a criminal case, told the judge that the full grand jury did not see the final indictment. Comey is accused of lying to Congress and denies the charges. His lawyers want the case dismissed.
The U.S. has presented Ukraine with a new peace plan as the country recovers from one of the deadliest attacks of the year. Russian missiles and drones killing at least 25 people, including 3 children. The peace plan includes shrinking Ukraine's military and allowing Russia to keep all the land it's taken, an offer viewed as a non-starter in Ukraine.
Now to artificial intelligence, and this holiday season, a new warning about toys that could be riskier than you think. Here's ABC's Andrea Fujii.
This morning, new warnings about toys that contain AI chatbots. This might look like a cute plush doll, but sales of Kuma Teddy have now been suspended after researchers found the bear openly discussed sexually explicit and dangerous content with kids, including how to light a match.
Hold the matchbox with one hand.
When prompted, the bear also telling them where to find a variety of potentially dangerous objects, including knives, pills, matches, and plastic bags. The bear, which sold for $99 online, integrates OpenAI's chatbot.
We just have no idea what these AI toys are going to do to a child's development and to their mental health. And so unless you want your child to be part of this experiment, we recommend that you avoid AI toys for now.
It comes as lawmakers grapple with how to regulate the AI industry. The website Politico reports the White House is now planning an executive order aimed at blocking states from issuing their own regulations to prevent a patchwork of state rules that could hamper innovation. Congress has also considered a similar action. One state lawmaker in Pennsylvania outraged, saying Washington is again attacking state sovereignty. Meanwhile, on Wall Street,
you're seeing an exponential growth of adoption and use of AI, and the number of applications that are going to be using these AI is also growing.
Stocks higher overnight after AI chipmaker NVIDIA exceeded expectations, reporting a stunning 65% jump in quarterly profits over last year, appearing to calm investors' fears of a so-called AI bubble bursting. As for that AI teddy bear, the company has taken its AI-enabled toys off the market for a safety audit. If you want to buy your child an AI-enabled toy, experts recommend buying it from a reliable source and shopping for it in person so you can try it out. Sophie, Maggie.
Andrea, thank you. OpenAI says it suspended the developer of that teddy bear for violating company policies. And one other note on AI and its growing influence. Sony, Universal, and Warner Music Group have now reportedly licensed their music catalogs to an AI-powered music streaming startup. The company will let users remake songs using artificial intelligence.
Time now for your Thursday weather.
Good morning. It's a soaking across the southern plains today. Concern for flooding across parts of South Texas to Oklahoma into Arkansas. Up to half foot of rain across South Texas. 2 to 4 inches of rain from Oklahoma all the way into western Tennessee. It's another storm coming into southern California. This one not as strong, but still some flash flooding possible near burn scars. Some heavy snow in the mountains, up to a foot of snow, maybe a few inches in the Rockies. Heat in the south, more 80-degree days for Houston. Record highs in Atlanta the next 3 days. It's cooler than normal in the northeast. At least it's dry all the way to the Great Lakes. That's your forecast. I'm ABC News meteorologist Lee Goldberg.
Coming up, what happened when a 9-year-old was given the chance to drive in Texas?
Also ahead, a man named J.D. Vance going to prison for threatening J.D. Vance.
And the new fight over Michael Jackson's estate. How much money is at stake? Back now with an out-of-control car being driven by a 9-year-old in San Antonio. A woman who was not the girl's mother told her to move the car. The girl was thrown out the door, suffering cuts and scrapes. The woman was arrested and now faces several charges.
A Michigan man named J.D. Vance has been sentenced to 2 years in prison for threatening the vice president, who goes by the same name. 67-year-old James Donald Vance, no relation to the VP, pleaded guilty after being linked to several threatening social media posts. His lawyer saying her client has mental health issues.
We're learning more about a growing dispute over the estate of Michael Jackson. His daughter now renewing her fight. This morning, Michael Jackson's daughter is suing the handlers of her father's multi-billion-dollar estate. In court documents, Paris Jackson accuses John Branca and John McClane of abusing their roles as executors of the estate, claiming the men paid themselves nearly $150 million over the course of 12 years, more than $10 million in 2021 alone. Paris claims that's more than double what any member of the Jackson family received.
The estate is required to file a yearly accounting explaining where the money is invested, how they've invested it, and what they've spent money on. The estate has not filed an accounting since 2021.
A source close to the estate insists all the beneficiaries are well taken care of. This is a weak attempt to change the narrative of their loss. The executors say Jackson's estate was $500 million in debt when he died and claim they grew it to $2 billion, investing in multiple projects, including the Michael Jackson biopic due out next year.
Can you lower the lights for me, please?
The movie stars Jackson's nephew, Jafar Jackson. But Paris is also taking issue with the film, claiming Miles Teller is the only A-list actor, and he plays none other than John Branca, who, as executive producer, had a hand in the casting. Lawyers for Paris writing, Paris is increasingly concerned the estate has become the vehicle for John Branca to enrich and aggrandize himself. The executors are also defending their legal fees, blaming multiple sex abuse lawsuits facing the estate. They deny the claims in those lawsuits.
With Thanksgiving travel nearly upon us, the Transportation Department is reminding people to be nice. It's launching a campaign to restore courtesy and class to air travel, urging people to say please and thank you and dress with respect. The number of unruly passengers rose 400% in recent years.
And there's a new proposal to speed things up at the airport. If you forget your passport or real ID, you would simply pay a fee, $18, to have your identity verified through a new biometric system. Right now, this is only a proposal from the TSA, and we'll let you know what happens.
Coming up, the botulism outbreak linked to baby formula expands.
Also ahead, the high-tech way criminals are stealing cars using old-fashioned antennas.
Back now with Miss Jamaica recovering after, you can see, falling from the stage at the Miss Universe pageant. Gabrielle Henry fell during the preliminary round. She did not break any bones, but it's unclear if she'll take part in tomorrow's competition.
The botulism outbreak linked to recalled baby formula is growing. At least 31 cases have now been confirmed in 15 states. The potentially deadly illness has been linked to By Heart baby formula. The company has recalled all of its products sold in the U.S.
We turn now to the high-tech way that more criminals are stealing cars, in some cases using old-fashioned antennas.
This morning, police are warning drivers about the new high-tech methods criminals are using to steal cars with keyless ignition systems.
I've seen them steal a car in under 2 minutes.
It's called a relay attack. It's when thieves capture your key fob signal inside your home by holding up an antenna outside. This video circulating online shows the scheme in action.
They will take an antenna near your front door. Another person with another type of antenna will extend the signal from your proximity device to that car to open the car door, push start the car, and drive off.
In other instances, criminals are physically breaking into a car, then using a tablet-like device to access the vehicle's computer and program a blank key fob, essentially giving them a working copy of your key. Police in Ohio earlier this year arrested a group of suspected car thieves, found with a bag of blank key fobs and a scanner used to detect the data needed to make the duplicate key.
We've seen, thanks to technology, it's a little easier for car thieves to find a way to get into any kind of car model.
To help protect yourself, authorities suggest putting your key fob in a Faraday box or pouch to block the key's signal. And they say old-fashioned steering wheel locks also deter car thieves.
One other precaution is to keep your key fob away from doors and windows so the signal is harder to pick up.
All right, coming up, new research on the history of kissing.
Plus, highlights from country music's biggest night, the GMA Awards.
Well, now he's got one.
Time to check the pulse, and we begin with the Country Music Awards.
And we might have to rename them the Lainey Wilson Awards because the whirlwind singer spent most of the night up on the stage as host, performer, and winner. She was named Entertainer of the Year and took home the awards for Album of the Year and Female Vocalist. She showed the crowd exactly why she deserves those awards.
Love is sweet, but you know it's sweet. I got the right, he got the flavor.
So good. Riley Green and Ella Langley also winning big, taking home the Single and Song of the Year awards. And Zach Top won New Artist of the Year. Next, a look back at the first kiss.
A new study finds kissing has been around long before humans walked the earth. Now, researchers say large apes were likely locking lips 21 million years ago. Neanderthals are believed to have picked up the practice before sharing smooches with our ancestors.
And kissing is common among many species, including ants and fish.
Next, an important new source of income for farmers.
Cow cuddling is apparently having its moment. So more farms are charging visitors to cuddle or sit and snuggle with a cow. It first became popular during the pandemic as people sought connection, but now it's helping pay the bills as farmers cope with financial challenges. So I have to show this. I reported on cow cuddling several years ago. I was there before. It was cool.
Look at you.
So I'm so happy to see people are catching on. So cows are like big puppies. And they even come when you call their names.
Sweeties.
Look at me and Bertha. All right. Oh, continuing on with our dairy section, a new big cheese in Hollywood.
Parmigiano Reggiano has been made in Italy for centuries, and now its management organization has signed a deal with a Hollywood talent agency to increase product placement in movies. And finally, a new Guinness World Record.
Yeah, it's for the world's largest afro. Jessica Martinez of New York taking the cake. Her hair is nearly a foot tall and more than 6 feet in circumference. That's a good hair day.
Top headlines next.
Checking more top stories, President Trump has signed a bill ordering the release of the Jeffrey Epstein files. The Justice Department now has 30 days to release them. Files that jeopardize an active investigation can be withheld.
Tense moments on Capitol Hill, the House blocking an effort to censure Republican Corey Mills of Florida over allegations of abusing women and making false claims about military service. He denies the accusations. The Ethics Committee is investigating.
Former President Bush will speak at today's funeral for Dick Cheney. Former President Biden will also attend the service at Washington's National Cathedral.
NASA has released images of a rare interstellar comet. It will soon be 167 million miles from Earth. It's only the third object from elsewhere in the galaxy to tour our solar system and could offer new insight into what's out there.
Today's weather. A new storm on the West Coast brings rain and mountain snow and rain and possible flooding from central Texas to Missouri.
And finally, helping an owl who was in a bind.
Yeah, Danny New shows us.
A cleaning session that has become routine.
Give him a little brush.
For an owl who went through something this rehabilitation center has not seen in its 40-year history.
The owl came to us through a phone call from the Department of Wildlife Resources, who picked up the owl from someone who found it in a concrete mixer at a construction site.
Yes, in late October, Bart and his colleagues at Utah's Best Friends Animal Sanctuary received a call about a great horned owl found in a concrete mixer. 25% of his 2-pound body, including his face, chest, and right wing, were all caked in dried concrete.
We initially started by taking hemostats and forceps and crushing the bigger pieces of concrete very gently and then using our fingertips to crumble away the smaller pieces.
It works like this.
After each 20-minute cleaning, Bart says his team would bathe the owl in dish soap and water and then dry him thoroughly. Over the past few months, we have seen plenty of other animal rescues in tight spaces, like this raccoon who fell in a chimney in Colorado. But an owl found in a concrete mixer seems to be pretty rare. Bart says they called other wildlife rehabilitators for advice, and they too had not experienced anything like this. However, their care plan does seem to be working.
So the long-term prognosis for this guy looks really good. We do need to wait until he molts and gets in healthier feathers so he can fly silently.
And Bart says this image is a really good sign, as he was just moved recently to this outside area and was able to make his way up onto this 6-foot perch. So guys, his new wings are expected to come in late spring or summer, and then they plan to release him back near where they found him, but obviously not too close to the construction site.
Danny, thank you.
All right, guys, wait for it. Owl, see you tomorrow. I stole that one from Sophie.
That's your Good Morning America First Look.